YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. We are live on YouTube. My ladies first. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Don. Hey, babe. We're live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1244. That's right. Episode number 1244 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli. Walking with Purpose Live Edition. Live today from Red Morton Park. It's 50 degrees, but it feels cooler. You ever read those weather reports? Well, I think most of the apps now will say 50 degrees, but feels like 45. It feels like 45. The real feel of the weather, right? It feels colder than it is. I got my gloves on. My gloves on. Spider. Even though it's backwards because YouTube still hasn't fixed the flipped reversed image issue that's been happening for over a year now on the front facing camera of YouTube mobile live streams. But hey, like they say in show business, the show must go on. Tonight, we're going to be doing just a real chill stream. It's Friday. It's Friday. Let's chill with no drama. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Let's chill with no drama. Babe, put a 1 in the chat. You can hear me clearly and see me clearly. Hey, ODN, how are you doing? You missed my stream from the studio earlier, ODN, or did you catch it and just didn't comment? It's all good in chat, I mean. Check it out. It pretty much says it all. I did a very important live stream from the studio literally about 2 hours ago, or maybe 2.5 hours ago, right here on GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. My lady says, hey, ODN, with the star. Is that the GNA star, babe? You know what? We can create our own emojis. I got to create the custom ones, right? I should use the actual GNA registered trademarked star. I own the trademark to that. It's my trademark. Actually, my LLC is the owner of the trademark, but I'm the sole member of the LLC. Anyway, yeah, check out that stream from earlier. It was a very important stream, and I put some boundaries in place. Basically, listen, I'm not telling people what to say in my chat, but I just don't want repetitive insults. That leads to harassment, and I don't want people defaming people's character. I just don't want that here. And even standard moderators will be monitored by the managing mod. The managing moderators are Dawn, Sandra, and Tia. They can time out standard moderators, and they can also delete standard moderators' messages. They can't ban standard moderators. I can. But we don't want to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But we've got to protect our space here. And we've got to also protect our brand. This is more than just protecting ourselves from platform enforcement by YouTube. This is about protecting the name of the GNA, genuine. And you know, I mean, if things are happening here that are not genuine, then what's the purpose, right? Anyway, man, it feels colder than 50, I gotta tell you. I'll try to stay PG. No, you don't have to stay PG. That was San Mateo County Sheriff. I haven't seen him around here in a while. No, ODN, you don't have to keep it PG. What I'm saying is, look, if we don't have cold hard facts about somebody doing something, and then we accuse them of that, ODN, that's defamation. And here's the thing, I'm suing someone for defamation. If anyone needs to set the example, it needs to be me. And no disrespect, I'm just saying, if I have moderators and executive members of my board here, my unofficial board, because I'm the only official board member according to the LLC, but you guys are a part of the voluntary GNA board until we get funded, and then we can have you. Wow, that car is flying. Whew, man. This is the way it's going to be, but the bottom line is that negativity is completely against the GNA message, and we can have fun. We can have fun, and nothing wrong with poking fun at people every now and then. But the bottom line is that when it becomes insulting and stuff like that and defamatory, I mean that's way too much, and that's just not right. GLM, let me ask you something. And I know this is not a drama stream. I'm not trying to create drama. I haven't paid too much attention to stuff from today, but I noticed that I guess some lady did a stream on you and then deleted it from YouTube and re-uploaded it to Rumble. I mean, I don't know what do you mean? What are you talking about, GLM? What do you mean somebody encouraged a special needs person to do something? Is that what you're saying? Please don't mind me and my YouTube platform safe words, okay? Well, let me tell you something, in my opinion, about that guy, Mr. Terry. I've known him for a long time, probably longer than you. He was a part of the I Am a Creator community, remember that? And the moment that he joined forces with a drama group, I parted ways. I wanted nothing to do with him and many others that did the same thing. They made a choice, right? And in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I'm not attacking him. I'm just saying, in my opinion, he's a bit strange. He's a pretty strange fella, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, sometimes people like him are vulnerable, and they're very easy to convince to do things that are not so nice, right? No, GLM, you shouldn't say that. But let me ask you something here, GLM. Let me ask you something. And I'm just asking you an honest question, like a nice, friendly conversation. It's Friday, we're chilling. I'm on a walk with purpose, right? Let me ask you something. It seems like you're the type of person that's always fought fire with fire. Do you always fight fire with fire? Or do you just sometimes just say, hey, you know what, that's just somebody that's a bit off and odd on YouTube, and they're not even worth my air, my breath, right? I mean, have you ever thought of that, or have you always been the kind of person that just reacts to everything? I mean, I'm curious. I want to learn more about you, if that's okay. Respectfully, of course, right? Flex sent you screenshots. Hey, GLM, is is the reason why Flex is not coming back to YouTube, at least not yet, is it because he's trying to get his channel back and he doesn't want to risk it by circumventing? Is that a fair statement? Because honestly, all of you have come back after being removed. I'm like the only one that hasn't removed ever. I removed myself one time. I shut down my first original channel like 8 years ago, and then I came back like 6 months later. I used to try to, okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand it. Everybody feels like they want to fight back when they're being challenged or attacked or whatever, right? But what do you think is the most effective way to handle things? Right? Now, it's one thing to respond and react to what I call, the leader of the pack, right? But Terry's not the leader of the pack. Terry is just a part of that group, right? He's just a part of that group. So, I mean, it's not even worth giving him any attention. Let me ask you a question, GLM. Let me ask you a couple of things because I'm on your side, and don't get me wrong. Let me ask you a couple things that are going to make all the difference, unfortunately, because all of you folks like to throw out the First Amendment, right? Is what she said true, and is it public information? If what she said was true and is public information, what can we do about it? They've done the same thing to me. Be right back. Okay. Well, no, you shouldn't say something to the leader if Terry was the one that was causing issues. But like how much traction does Terry get? He's not even a YouTuber. So it's like it's not even worth responding to someone where there's nothing at all to leverage. What's there to leverage from Terry? We're not going to grow. No, it's not. God. GLM. GLM, I think I should be up tomorrow morning. Do you mind if I pop on your stream with you? Because we can be a little more unfiltered there because it doesn't matter what happens to your channel. Like, I'm a monetized channel and it's a business and All right, we are back live. We are back live. Can you please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me? I got cut off at that same spot. I don't know if there's like a cell phone jammer there or something. 1 in the chat, please, if you can hear me and see me. What do you mean my channel doesn't matter? No, I'm not saying you're... Now you're taking me out of context. Let me know when you get back, GLM, and I'll explain to you. God. GLM, man. You are a fighter and then some. Wow. Wow. Can somebody put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly? Anybody? Can anybody hear me and see me clearly? Put a 1. Thank you, ODN. Appreciate that. Man. Um, GLM, your channel matters, but in a different way. It matters because you matter. Your opinions matter. But if you lose your channel, you're not monetized, you're not running a business, you'll just start another channel, right? You'll continue to circumvent, just like many other people do, right? So I'm not saying that you don't see, you're not going to take me out of context. You're not. Because you do matter. And your channel matters, but in a different way. It matters because you're an individual and you have your own say and you live your own life, right? And you run your own shows, right? But if your channel gets shut down, you're not losing any money. What are you losing? You're going to start another channel and keep doing the same thing. For me, being monetized is a big part of my business here on YouTube, and that I take this seriously as a business, as a job. You're out here, like most other people in the group here, you're out here consuming content or doing it as a hobby, right? Right? So anyway, so yeah, we're just chilling. It's Friday night. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. It's Friday night, and I feel alright. The party's here on the west side. So I reach for my 40, then I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Anyway. Hey, Gordo, what's going on, man? Happy New Year to you, man. It's a great pleasure to see you here. What was that? It was a remix of Slick Rick, right? Montel Jordan, man, one hit wonder. It was a great song. It was well done, but he got the beat from Slick Rick. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right. We are back live. We are back live. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly. Thank you, babe. All right, we're back live. We're back live. 1 in the chat one more time. 1 in the chat one more time. You can hear me and see me. I'm sorry. I'm getting text messages that can bypass my do not disturb list. And those are important people I have to get back to right away. Even while I'm live at the park, ODN says 1. Oh, God, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. Oh, my God. I'm 70 away from the magical 500 on my other channel. So you're going to be able to monetize with fan funding at 500 subs. As long as you have 3,000 watch hours or 3 million short views. And then when you get to 1,000, you'll be able to fully monetize like we've had on both channels here at the GNA for years. With 1,000 subscribers and either 4,000 watch hours in the last 12 months or 10 million short views. Yeah, if there's anyone that knows the YouTube system, I know it. I know it. Right? It's all good. Anyway, you don't have to put that out there publicly, babe. Everyone knows that we share a home with my mother, and you don't have to put it out there publicly. And now I got to go public and say, yes, my mother was sending me text messages asking me, what were you doing on the second floor where the laundry room is at? Like, listen, this is ridiculous, man. For Christ's sake, man. I mean, God, man, I can't get a break. I can never get a break, man. I can never get a break, man. It's all good. This is what I do. I fix everyone else's problems, and then I shove my own problems off to the side, right? And then I have a good laugh, right? I go take a walk and I forget about my problems, right? I don't even have time to take care of my own problems because I take care of Don's problems, my mom's problems. I take care of everyone else's problems out here on YouTube over the dumbest shit. And then I just go take a walk and say, screw it. I mean, at least I didn't title this another boring stream because I don't have to do that anymore. I'm already boring AF anyway, so I mean, I'm the most boring YouTuber that's ever lived, man. Oh boy. Yeah, so tonight Don and I are going to watch Law and Order on Peacock, the latest episodes of SVU and then the regular Law and Order. It's on NBC on Thursdays, but we wait to watch it on Peacock. And we have NBC, obviously, through DirecTV, but we could record on the DVR, but then we would have to forward through the commercials, right? We've gotten so lazy to the point of where we don't want to even record stuff on the DVR and forward through the commercials. We just wait for it to be released on streaming with the premium plan that automatically cuts out the commercials and goes from segment to segment seamlessly, right? Right, babe? I gotta tell you, NBC streaming service, that's brilliant. They called it Peacock. You know, that's been their symbol. That's been their logo for years, the peacock. That's brilliant to name their streaming service that. How many of you have Peacock in here? Oh, Peacock is great. They're all great. All the main ones like HBO Max is fantastic. Netflix, Hulu. Hulu's going to be merged with Disney Plus as one streaming service by later this year. Paramount Plus is great as well. They're all good. Why was my message deleted by YouTube? I don't know. You're going to have to ask Neil Mohan, the CEO of YouTube, that, Gordo. I couldn't tell you. Now, I will say the new CEO has been a pretty fair guy. He's been a pretty good CEO. And I even liked Susan Wojcicki, but I don't know if you folks heard, like, within a year or so after Susan Wojcicki resigned as a CEO, she passed away. I believe, if I remember, don't quote me on this, I think she had cancer. And she was like 54 or 55. She was young. All right, give me a second. I'll be right back. I got to get back to that text real quick. All right, we are back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Put one in the chat if you can hear me clearly and see me clearly. Put one in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Oh, boy. He's back. Damn. Babe, I think that dog is louder than Bochi. Man, he is loud. Bochy has more of a deep bass, growling voice. I never have seen a dog like Don's big dog, Bochy, that actually barks at the TV all day and all night. Whenever there's violence or there's another animal, like he'll bark at big horses that are like 100 times his size. And it's funny to see Dawn react when he starts to. She sees the animal. She knows her big dog's gonna get triggered and run at the TV, and she's like, "No, no, no!" And he still goes and jumps on the TV. That's great, man. Oh boy. You know, it's even more interesting is when people use clickbaity titles to try to lead people to believe they're going to talk about something else, and then they switch it on them once they show up. Man. Oh boy. Yeah, but again, to those of you just joining right now, I did a very important stream from the studio earlier this evening, or earlier this afternoon, sorry. And I was clearing up the situation regarding RJ, pretty much exonerating RJ of his supposed sins. Now, when I say supposed sins, this is rhetorical hyperbole, because I'm making fun of the fact that people made such a big deal out of this because the guy didn't do anything wrong. He was doing ASMR. I remember dealing with this 3 years ago when the same thing happened, and then all of a sudden I start talking to the guy again, and the whole freaking drama community that I've been trying to get away from makes a big deal about this. A big deal. GLM, are you still around? I want to respond to what you said earlier. So I'd love to join you on your stream tomorrow. You should hear my dog bark. He's loud. Oh, really? I'm not saying our dog Bochy isn't loud. Even Buster, who's our 15-pound Dachshund, he's a strong little dog. He's got that high-pitched, whiny bark. He's like louder than Bochy, but he's like a whiner. He whines really loud. But he's strong. He's strong for a 15-pound dog. And Bochy respects him because Bochy's 45 pounds. He's 3 times his size. And Buster still antagonizes the bigger dog, Bochy. And they play around. And Dawn was telling me, when she got Buster, and Bochy was like, what, a year or 2 years old? Bochy was bigger. She went to the store for paper towels and baby wipes. Oh, wonderful. Okay. And when Bochy was like a year or 2 years old, he was bigger. And Buster was a little puppy. Little tiny dog, probably like a couple, 2-3 pounds. Like, Bochy was very protective of him. He still is, huh, babe? Isn't it a very interesting dynamic between your two dogs? It really is. It is. I want to thank everyone that's here walking with no purpose on the most boring channel on YouTube. Thank you for joining me and keeping me company on my super boring and walk that's full of nonsense. Hey, Your Honor, Honorable Judge Stacy, I want to press sanctions on Mr. Melas because he's not allowed to do rhetorical hyperbole on his own name and likeness. I own his name and likeness, Your Honor, Honorable Judge Stacy. He's not allowed to do rhetorical hyperbole on his own name and likeness because I own him and his name and likeness. So you must sanction him for just being himself. You are the Honorable Judge Stacy, right? You've got to do the honorable thing. Or else, having the same name as my mama, that wouldn't be cool. It would no longer be cool, Your Honor. Your Honor, Honorable Judge Susan Stacy. Let's chill. Let's settle down. That's what I want to do. Just me and you. I'm so happy. Yeah. One of these days, the YouTube content ID system is going to match me exactly as the actual content. This is my rendition. YouTube's content ID system. It's my rendition. This is called parody and satire. This is called a cover. Like a cover band, right? Because I can just do whatever I want and just fair use, Your Honor, Honorable Judge Stacy. Even though you have no jurisdiction over copyright because that's going to be handled in federal court. Federal copyright court. You have no jurisdiction over that, Your Honor, Honorable Judge Stacy. But you do have jurisdiction over commercial exploitation. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that. The plaintiff is accusing me of commercially exploiting him for years, and there's no proof of that, Your Honor. The plaintiff made all that up. He just made all that up. You know what's even more interesting, ODN? What's more interesting is over the years I've been criticized for doing Reddit postings and doing like reviews of articles and shit, right? By the same people that are now doing that. But even then, I'm still more boring than they're boring. There's no one more boring than me, broski. I gotta tell you. And I'll tell you, like I mentioned earlier, the defendant had nothing to do with RJ making those videos. RJ did that on his own. I was around him during that time. The ASMR community was just getting big on YouTube around that time, 3 to 4 years ago. And RJ was just chasing a trend. He was fascinated by it. So this was not influenced by anyone. I got to keep it real, because here's the thing. Like, why would I be trying to go to bat for somebody I'm suing, broski? I mean, look, the truth is the truth. It doesn't matter whether you like someone or not, or whether you're suing someone or not. The truth is the truth, man, and the truth shall set you free, broski. That even rhymes. The truth shall set you free, broski. Broski, are you going live after I'm done? You want me to? Let me see. Tonight I'm just a little bit out of it. I've had too much. I can't say that here. I can't say that here. I've come across so many people. Some people pass on by. I've come across so many different types of people on this platform, I gotta tell you. Like, so many people, like, you can just mock, right? Like wisdom, cook Eli, oh, you're a cook. Why do they call you cook Eli? Oh, right? I gotta tell you, I've seen some really weird stuff out here, unlike anything I've ever seen, man. I've seen the weirdest stuff, primarily done by middle-aged men, right? Middle-aged men, right? Oh, Deanne, do you remember DeRosa's show? You remember Frank? Man, what a what an interesting guy that guy was, man. Then he calls the cops on me because sarcastically, using rhetorical hyperbole, I said, if you think I'm causing any issues, then call the cops. And he was rebroadcasting me, and then he said, okay, and then he called the cops, so he was live on the air. And then I was given the clip of that. he calls the cops to come to the park because I'm live on the air walking with purpose, right? Or without purpose, right? Let's just change it to walking without purpose, right? I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do everyone a favor. I'm gonna do the trolls a favor. You see, you got those young kids, right? Every time they come by, they try to say a slur. I'm not going to even go there because you know what? I'm going to keep this clean. But it just disappoints me. I'm going to move over here because there are people. And maybe I won't get cut off over here. Can you folks still hear me clearly and see me clearly? Put a 1 to chat if you can hear me and see me. Maybe going this way will spare me. Thank you. Maybe that's the spot over there. Lady Dawn says 1, respectfully, maturely, and professionally done. Let me see here. Yeah. So you're going to be going live later after tonight? Auden? Oh, there's not much to talk about because it's all been said. Nah, yeah, there's not much to talk about anymore. We pretty much said it all. You were live earlier. I was live earlier. We pretty much said it all. We can just enjoy a Friday night of peace, right? If GLM come back, then we can try to set up a show for tomorrow. And I'd be happy to go on our panel. And talk a little bit more deeply and with more detail there. I wonder if I could get more views just being silent and walking silent, like an ASMR stream with no audio. Well, they would call it a silent stream. I wonder if I were to do a silent stream while some other guy is just, reading postings and playing videos of irrelevant people that the audience doesn't even want to see. Right? I could just run a stream along his as a placeholder, saying nothing. That would be that would be pretty sad if I just did a silent walking stream at the same time as him and getting more views doing that. What would that be? Walking in silence? Probably, right? Well, we're not getting botted. We do have legitimately 59 people here, and that says quite a bit. Oh, by the way, I'll go public on this. I'll go public on this. There's a channel out there that was named after something that I do regularly on my channel, and they've been re-uploading stuff about me, and they re-uploaded a private video that used to be members only regarding my lady's interview and stuff. Well, you were taken down for copyright shortly before I went live. I filed it literally 2 minutes later. YouTube took it down. And you did not do fair use the proper way. And I'll tell you, I think I know who owns that channel. I think it's the Florida lady. And if she wants to identify herself by filing a counter notification, then that's great. Then it would prove that you're that sock account trying to use my content without, my authorization and not fair use. You did not do it fair use. You played a continuous clip. And I like how Jack, I like how you zoomed in, because that video I have filed multiple copyright takedowns on, and YouTube has that video blocked, so you had to zoom in to try to bypass enforcement. What are you going to try next? Right? I mean, it's all good. Dawn and I have no shame. We already know what was said there, and we're not trying to hide anything, but you folks just want to keep using our content improperly and violating our copyright. So we're going to keep taking you down. Right? Who owns that account? You file your DMCA copyright takedown. If you file it fraudulently, I'll report that your channel will go down. YouTube knows channels that don't have a lot of content and that they're sock accounts, and they'll know when it's fraudulent, right? I remember back in the days, that Florida lady, I took down so many of her sock channels. It was her. She gets triggered and writes in big caps, right? This is no drama. This is just me speaking on the truth, correcting the record, right? Now, she's the one that's fixated on trying to correct the record about what Don and I said 4 years ago, which we said it all on our podcast earlier this week on the other channel, episode number 44, right? So there's nothing more to say about that, right? So you're going to keep trying to use the content, and I'm going to keep asserting my rights. It's all good. Go ahead and unmask yourself and give me something more to use against you legally. All right? It's all good in the hood. Let me know when I should send the quote. Yeah, probably in about 10 minutes, babe. I've got about another 5 to 7 minutes before I get back to the lot. We're at 45 minutes. I'm gonna go another 15 minutes or so. then I'm gonna come home and rest. I don't have any in studio stream planned for tomorrow. There's nothing. There's nothing new because
Are you actually raping guys?
my God, we're back live. We're back live. I'll tell you, these kids nowadays. Put a one, babe. Thank you. These kids nowadays, they see a camera. They have a pre-planned script of the nastiest things to say. Right. That's why I see them coming. I go offline. So I asked them. I said, I went offline. I said, do you feel you deserve a response? And they just said the same ridiculous thing they said initially. I was young once, but I mean, man, nowadays it's just brutal, man. Hey, these kids are brutal nowadays. Man, the internet and social media. Man, it's kind of messed us up a bit, huh? Wow, man. I wonder how it would have been if, when I was born, we had what everyone has now currently in 2025. I'm glad I grew up during the time where technology was not as advanced yet. The internet wasn't even a thing. And, the internet started becoming a real thing when I was in my teenage years, my latter teenage years, around 16, 17, around there. And so, I grew up when I was younger, having to socialize in the real world at grammar school and church and other places, right? So I learned real social skills. These kids nowadays are hooked on social media. And even when they're not on it, when they see somebody else on it, they've got pre-scripted things to say just to kind of try to stand out and be all quirky and different, right? To get attention. It is what it is, whatever. But, for those of you that I haven't seen Tia or Sandra today, they're probably busy, no problem. If you're watching this stream, Tia or Sandra or anyone else, and you haven't seen the one before it, it's very important that everyone does. It's basically the stream that exonerates RJ and also lays down the ground rules here. It's like, we do not want...
Oh, can I say hi?
Huh? My God. We do not want to put our channels at risk. But even more importantly than that, we don't want to taint our good name of why we're called the Genuine Networking Association. It's interesting to me that my boring stream has 65 legitimate watchers. Many of them are blocked, and they're choosing to watch me over a creator they supposedly like more than me, but they're bored of him doing the same thing that he's accused me of doing, reading Reddit postings and reading articles and all that kind of stuff, right? It's funny, man. It's absolutely funny. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? I'm here, and Insane. The one before it. Oh, and you saw it. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. I think you've already known that, Sandra. You've known all along. You were saying, I was listening to ODN stream earlier. I saw what you put in the chat. Were you basically thinking and saying the same thing I said on my stream earlier? I think Sandra says LOL. I think after my stream today, I think that people are not going to be. What'd you say? About. It's an interesting topic. Well, yeah, but the thing is, the things that some people were saying about RJ were not warranted at all. I mean, yeah, it might have been a little bit weird, right? Some people might think it's a little creepy, but nothing he said insinuated anything remotely close to what some people were accusing him of. Well, here's the thing, Sandra. Some of it may be creepy, but most of it just sounds that way when it isn't because it's ASMR. It's soft-spoken voice. Like I could sit here and say, "Hello, my name is Elias Melas, and I am the president and founder." Like, I mean, come on, anything can sound weird if you use the right tone of voice, right? I don't think he's good at that sort of thing. No, he only did it. He only did like what, like 3 or 4 or 5 videos there. I think there was a few more ASMR videos he did. I think I have them on my hard drive. But that Demon Preacher RJ sock account, that's probably from the other side. They created that. They named him the Demon Preacher. They actually exploited him. They commercially exploited him for a while as the Demon Preacher. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. And he went along with it. They asked him to use his voice. They monetized it, and he got nothing out of it. You said a lot about it to the ladies? Okay. Well, like some people like rainfall, and it's soothing. Others find it annoying. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Sandra. But for people to take it as far as thinking that what he was doing was something other than what it was, you know, I just think I don't even know how some people came to the conclusion that he was referring to things in those videos that he never ever went anywhere near. You were going to put it for everyone? What, put it out? What, you have the video? I don't know what you meant by that. I'll put something in the chat with ODN. Okay. I meant you all. All right. All right. All right, folks. Um, Babe, start getting your quote in right now, please. Oh, she was already getting it ready. She knows the clock is running. I'm actually pretty tired. I've had a long day. Don and I have had a long day. It was a very productive day. And one of these days, I'm going to share with you folks something I figured out today. I already knew about this, but, Dawn's been getting a lot of good dental work done. And it's not cheap, but she's got a great insurance plan, and her insurance plan automatically comes with some additional benefits that lower the cost. And even companies that are even dental offices that are affiliated with these discounted programs will not automatically give you the discount unless you make them aware of it, because they would rather charge you the standard retail rates. And I'll tell you, this is something I should do from the studio and show numbers. I'm not going to put out Dawn's information, but I can show the numbers to show you. Because I am a licensed insurance broker. I don't actively sell, but when you see the difference, wow. It's a big, big difference, especially when you're doing major work. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Good evening, Eli, and everyone else in the stream. Good evening. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Don says, it's Friday. Let the week go, keep the peace, and enjoy a calm, drama-free weekend. Right. One more time. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Dawn. My lovely lady in her quote says, it's Friday, let the week go, keep the peace, and enjoy a calm, drama-free weekend. Could not have said that any better myself, babe. ODN, let me ask you an honest question, ODN, and be honest with me. Do you think me titling 2 of my streams as boring is clickbaity? I bet you think it's clickbait. But you don't realize, ODN, I am actually a very boring guy. I've been told that by so many people out here on YouTube. I'm actually beginning to believe it, ODN, that I'm a really boring guy. So, I'm just going along with the Joneses, broski. That's all. Man, if you listen to something long enough out here, if enough people say it, man, then it must be true. So, whatever they're saying about me, I guess, it is what it is, right? Broski says, ODN-TV. I don't think that's true, Eli. I think, depending on what you're talking about, you can be quite entertaining. I appreciate that. Even though I'm not out here to entertain, you've got to get your point across. And you got to keep people engaged. I get it. But, ODN, sometimes being intentionally boring can be interesting to some people. It's just weird. It's just weird what people will watch nowadays, man. It's just really people want something different. They don't want the same old thing all the time, right? They don't want something predictable, right? You are boring when you are not making them money. Well, that's a very good point. Oh, Sandra, let me ask you something. It's already on the docket. It's been on the docket since yesterday. But the day before, after I filed my notice of filing of evidentiary materials for the spoliation hearing, where I replaced all the private links that the defendant was whining about, trying to accuse me of spoliation. Did you get a chance to see my filing yet? I'm just curious, because you're one that's good with that stuff. You've got family members that have a legal background. But I'm wondering if you've seen it yet. I sent you and Don and Tia and ODN the actual served copy because it's the same thing as the one on the docket, but on the docket it says, "Oh my gosh, it's Twiggy coming to serve me again. Look at this. Look at this. It's Twiggy again." Yes, I skimmed through it. Now, you don't have to read the whole thing. It's long. But did you see all the links? They all work. Did you see the structure? Yeah. Run before Twiggy serves me again, right? He's going to serve me with a countersuit from the defendant, right? Your Honor, Honorable Judge Susan Stacy, I'm going to send my buddy Twiggy from Southern California. I'm going to have him drive 500 miles again. I'm going to rent him a U-Haul because I'm too cheap to rent him a Tesla like Miss T did back in those days when she served him through Twiggy. And then I'm going to countersue him for defaming me. I'm going to countersue him for shutting down my business of using his name and likeness. He's affecting my monies, Your Honor. He's affecting my monies. It was very professionally done. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, Sandra, here's the thing. I use ChatGPT and other tools, but I copy and paste things over into my own format, like a professional format like a law office would use. But I will tell you, ChatGPT helped me out organize those links. I had to upload all those links to my private server. Thankfully, I have fiber. I had to label them by docket number and by and by filing number, I mean. Then I had to do the declaration under penalty of perjury and, authenticate it. And man, it still took some time, but I'll tell you, it would have taken longer if we didn't have the right tools. I'll put it to you that way. As it gets colder, the coaxial cable lines are going to get stiffen up, and it's going to make the signal go in and out. That's why fiber is great, Lewis. We never have that. Fiber does not have any weather issues because it works off of optical strands. It works off of like these glass strands, and weather does not affect fiber, and neither does interference or anything like that. It's very clean. I remember I had cable back in the days. Then 25 years ago, I switched to DirecTV. I've been happy ever since with satellite TV, and now that AT&T got fiber, that's just a great combo. Yes, but you still have to structure it. It's not like you are not doing the work. We will get that stuff in 2 days or so. It's 60 degrees right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Sandra. You're right. I still have to put it together. And here's the thing. I still have to tell ChatGPT and other tools what I want. I still have to feed it the information. I still have to come up with the idea, right? So yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm pretty much set for the hearing. And I've got, I'm going to have my notes and I'm going to have everything all ready to go. But there's probably going to be one or two more filings before that hearing. And we will. I'll keep you all posted when that happens. But yeah, it's funny to me, Sandra. I'll just say this: it's funny to me how the defendant has not responded to it at all. Like, what are you gonna say? Like, let me ask you this, Sandra. When someone accuses you of spoiling evidence, and then you preemptively, file it with the court before the hearing. So you go to the hearing and you go, Your Honor, Honorable Judge Stacy, here's all the evidence. I tried to offer it to him by email, but he said, oh, we'll let the courts handle it. So I just went and filed it anyway. you know? And then he has all the transcripts that he filed and say, here's proof that he spoiled evidence. I downloaded all the transcripts. But if he uploads them, they could be altered. Well, you have the transcripts to verify that. I'm like, God, man. Come on, Sandra, give me something to laugh about here because, come on. Like, he can't say anything, really. He's had egg on his face for a while. He was using it for YouTube theatrics. And boom. Now he's got to deal with the court. And I'll be ready for it. Like, if he tries to even bring up about January 9th and him saying I lied, which I didn't, like, that's not going to go anywhere. It's going to make him look bad. Right? And if he's going to try to say, well, I don't have access to the metrics and all that, well, he never filed that originally. So if he wants those, he can go through the normal discovery process, and he's going to have to show why he needs that. The only thing he needs are the videos to corroborate what he quoted me on. Right? Between my, fully preserved original backup copies uploaded to my private server and shared in the document, and his transcripts, that should be more than enough. So, I mean, if I box myself in as much as he has, I'd be keeping my mouth shut too. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, Spectrum does have fiber on their main lines, but when it goes to the house, it's all cable. Oh, it's fiber. It's fiber to the node. It's fiber to the pole, and then it's cable from there. But eventually, they'll get fiber directly to your house, just like they put in my area, Lewis, 5 years ago. I'll tell you, man, fiber's been. I had DSL before that, and it was okay, but I had 14 down and 1 up. That's the fastest I could get, and I didn't want to go back to cable. I wanted to stay with DirecTV. And then when AT&T got fiber, I was like, oh, shit, gig up and gig down, $80 a month. That's great. It's been extremely reliable. Very rarely goes down. And it's gone down maybe once or twice in like 5 years for like 15 minutes, and that's it. Actually, there was one time where a gardener down the street was pruning a tree, and they bent the line, and then the AT&T rep came out, went on the pole, unbent it, and it's been working. It's been all good, but no issues besides that. With DSL, it would go like every 4 to 6 months. So some rat would go and chew out the phone line, and they'd have to come and repair it. That is ridiculous. The court does not ask why. They just want to know if a date works for the parties. Right. And, Sandra, it's an administrative aspect. It's you communicating with the judicial assistant over a scheduling matter is not like a sworn declaration or anything, right? it's basically saying yes or no if you can make it. You're not even saying that under penalty of perjury, right? That's the funny thing. Like, either he thinks that communications with the JA are under penalty of perjury, and they're not. But It's just about saying yes or no if you can make a meeting or a hearing, I mean, right? For that specific instance, right? All right, folks. Got a lot of love for all of you. Anything else you want to put in before I go here? Sandra, Tia, Dawn, ODN, love you all. We're all taking the night off. My lady and I. We actually, because when we went to our dental office, we went to the Panera Bread in the area. We got Panera Bread for dinner, so I've got a nice big fat grilled cheese for Panera Bread tonight. Later, ODN. Sandra Palacio says, well, because you could make it in the morning doesn't mean you have the afternoon free too. Well, no. It's basically the whole block, Sandra. The whole block. I wasn't available for the whole block. Part of it is not the whole block. But because I was on a live stream, earlier that morning, doesn't mean I was available through the second half of that block. But he needed content, and then he filed a notice of that with the court, and he said he's going to bring it up at the hearing. It's like, okay, it's an administrative thing. No, it was just during that time, Sandra. It was just during that time. The original hearing was at 1:30. At 1:30. At 1:30 Eastern, which is 10:30 Pacific. Anyway, I'm getting tired. Okay, night, y'all, says Sandra. All right, folks, time to go. Have a good one. Take care. 73 minutes, an hour and 13 minutes. Have a good one. Yeah, it was my morning time anyway. Yes, because of the time difference. Right, right. All right, folks, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.